Eastern Conference. The Cavaliers, they look to assert their Eastern supremacy against the Knicks here. Hey, Perk, can we already call this an Eastern Conference Finals preview, you think?
Absolutely we can. And I believe that, look, both of these teams should come out on fire. I'm looking at Karl Anthony Towns. He is going to be the deciding factor. Whether or not he's in shape, is he going to be able to slide those puppies on the perimeter and defend at a high level and be able to battle that big duo that they have down low, the Cleveland Cavaliers do, and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley.
Well, and then the second game of our Wednesday doubleheader, Perk, it'll be the first matchup between two of the best young players in the world. Victor Wembanyama faces the 2025 #1 pick, Cooper Flagg. Shanae, is Cooper going to get a welcome to the NBA moment from his fellow #1 pick right out the gates here?
I think everyone, no matter what year you're playing in the NBA, has a welcome to the NBA moment when Victor Wembanyama is at the rim. Let's be real here. But Cooper Flagg, that guy is no punk. He's going to go up there. He's going to challenge everyone. We know his work ethic is through the roof. I'm excited to see what he does in Dallas. But Victor Wemby, he's back, and we are so much better for it. We missed him. We definitely did.
We certainly did, and we're going back-to-back, Miss Agumake. We're back at it on Thursday, another doubleheader that starts the 2025 Finals rematch. That's when the Thunder play the Pacers. So, Perk, the Pacers, of course, they'll be missing Tyrese Halliburton. He's recovering from that torn Achilles. But what are you expecting from OKC as they start their title defense?
I expect them to hit the ground running. For us with the Thunder, I expect J-Dub to come back better. I'm looking at Chet Holmgren, and I'm saying this is his year to come out and pick up where he left off at the beginning of last season. And we know SGA is not satisfied. They brought basically their entire roster back. This team is going to be locked in. This team is going to be still hungry. I'm expecting big things from OKC.
Yeah, you and me both. We wrap up our Thursday doubleheader with the Nuggets taking on the Warriors. So, Shanae, this is going to be our first glimpse of the new-look Nuggets. What do you expect from Denver this season? I have high expectations. You coming with me?
Absolutely. I feel like they understand they have to maximize on the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic's prime, because he's someone that affects the game on all levels, especially offensively. They made some tweaks. They brought a little nostalgia back. They added some perimeter shooting. But number one, they addressed their depth. So if they're able to keep that in motion, this is a team that is consistent, and we should see Jokic continue to average, another triple-double?
Right, exactly. And with that, the NBA season will be in full swing. So, Perk, when you're looking at all 30 franchises, that team that we get the first look at, who are you going to be most excited to see to start the season here?
A team that we don't talk about enough. I know they got the #1 pick. But I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks.
How do we not talk about them?
I'm going with the Dallas. Because we're talking, excuse me, let me say this. A player that we don't talk about enough that's on the Dallas Mavericks. His name is Anthony Marshawn Davis Jr., and we forgot about him. We're talking about a guy that's a top 5 big in the league, a guy that we could look up, and he could be averaging 30 and 11 the first 20 games of the season. By the way, Luka Doncic was traded for Anthony Davis. Dallas traded their all-NBA player, their international superstar for Anthony Davis because he plays both ends of the floor. Without Kyrie Irving being there, I think Anthony Davis is going to be on the mission. I'm interested to see what he looked like when he returns back to L.A. I'm glad you brought that up the other day, Malika, because we haven't talked about Anthony Marshawn Davis Jr. one time on this show since the offseason.
Well, we'll be talking about him very, very soon, but I'm going to actually pick things up where you dropped them, because you did drop the ball talking about the team we didn't talk about. I'm going to actually answer that question, Perk, okay? The Orlando Magic. They made a huge move.
I like it.
The Orlando Magic is a team that I feel like with the East wide open, given the injury concerns, whether it is in Milwaukee or Indiana or now the Celtics, there's an opportunity for them to really climb up the standings. We already knew defensively they're solid. They're a top 5 defense. But did you know that this has been a bottom 10 offensive team every year since they traded Dwight Howard? Like, that is wild. Now you insert Desmond Bane, a certified three-point shooter, someone that averages 19 points and shoots nearly 40% from three. They're making the moves to win right now and fix that offense, and I love it, and I feel like we're going to be talking about them more, and we will be seeing them more, especially later in the season. Perk.
Yeah, well, not to mention we get to see them early on in the season, and Desmond Bane maybe exact some revenge in those international games that they're playing against the Memphis Grizzlies here. Shanae, I got to ask you, my good sis, from New York to Los Angeles, are we going to do it again? Are we going to do it again?
I know what you're talking about.
Because I'm just saying, When we get to see Chris Paul back in a Clippers uniform, Kawhi Leonard, where we saw him end last season, you and I both know that we are going to be pulling up to Intuit Dome because this team is utterly fascinating. They played an intriguing first-round series that you could have said, okay, yeah, we understand the matchup against Denver, and we understand how hard of a time Denver gave OKC. Why couldn't that be the Los Angeles Clippers? And here's what I'm curious about, Big Perk. Is this Clippers team that we see on opening night with all the promise and excitement that is going to get Chiney Ogwumike and I into the building, is that the same team, knock on wood, that we're going to see finish the season, my friend?
I don't know, but I'm not banking on a bunch of senior citizens. And I keep telling you that, Malika, they're too old. As the league is going in a different direction and getting younger, we're seeing a lot of title contenders they got younger this offseason. The Clippers, they got older. Yes, they got Derrick Jones Jr. Yes, they did pick up John Collins. And I respect CP3. I'm not going to get into the all-time rankings. He is an all-time great.
Yes.
But I just don't know
top 10.
when it matters the most, health and what are their ability to defend the wing position in the postseason with all this youth, I just don't know.
Malika, we're going to do it. We always do.
We're going to do it, and this is why we're excited to see the beginning of the season, Perk. This is why it's the first game out of the gate, because that's when health should be at its peak. Hey, Perk, are you ready for it?
Always.
Coming up on NBA Today.